Hey guys, welcome back to Dimension Magic Games YouTube channel. I'm Bobby, and we are back to discuss the results of the French Nationals. We did do a video last week discussing what we thought might happen for the Nats event this past weekend, and I'm joined today by a wide cast of characters to discuss these top 8 deck lists and see how well we did with our predictions. So I've got Biriar,
Hey.
Plinier,
Hey guys, it's Klinger. Welcome to Dimension Magic Gaming.
Will,
Hey, how you doing?
Petrillo,
Up.
and Raymond.
What's going on, my people?
All right, so we're going to try to keep this one brief. We're not very good at that around here, but we're going to do our best to limit the length. So we've got 8 deck lists to go through. I guess they only cut to top 8 for this event, so those are the lists that are publicly available. So we're just going to go through and discuss, what's cool, what's interesting, what's new. First official event of BT29. So, and we have some new decks to look at, and a lack of decks also to note. So, our winner here, we've got Legends Michael Carrick playing Pan, making the trip over to France and winning. So this Pan list makes use of some of the new cards from set 29. Well, one in specific, this Trunks from BT29, that when you pitch it from your hand, you can go search the deck for a 15k power or less card and put it into your warp or drop, which is very good for the time agent cards. Obviously, the Vegeta is too strong, but Trunks and Kai both proc off of that. The Kai is somewhere down here. So, other than that, it's pretty much the Panzino list we've been seeing. It does make use of that pitching ability. Obviously, Demeter pitches when you overwhelm, and then playing the Bardock, and this Bardock is kind of taking the slot of the 5-drop crit Goku overwhelm, which is not present in the list, but seems there have been lists that played the Supreme Kai. The American lists have not really played this that much, but pretty standard Pan list while iterating and using this new Trunks card to great advantage, it seems. So do you guys have thoughts on this list?
Can you go to the sideboard?
Sure.
Kind of want to see this quick.
Yeah, that Devongar Unison was already really OP, and that just accelerates that as well. It's playing the new
So we got the
Zamasu, of
new-
course.
Yeah.
We do see one other new card in the Z deck. There's the Zamasu Z battle card, Indestructible Double Strike.
Could swing twice.
Yeah, it is
Very
2
good
energy.
card. Some colors.
I wonder how often this got played. I'd be curious.
Oh, wait. With the leader, you can swing 3 times with it, right? That's not bad.
Yep.
That's not bad. But let me see. So for the sideboard, though, he had 2 of the Goku counterattacks in the side. He only had 1 in the main, which is kind of interesting. He has a Trunks in the side when he already has 2 in the main, 2 in the main as well. It's interesting he even opted to run a 3rd Trunks instead of like running something else. Deborah makes sense. He has one of the counterattack, like the free counterattack, the Sin one in
the
main,
main,
one on the
yeah.
side. That makes sense when you're like prepping for for BO3. Like it makes sense, but it's also kind of interesting too that he only had like the 1 Goku counterattack in the main. I always felt that card was like a 4 of in that deck, but that's pretty cool actually.
This feels like he's
Yeah,
putting
another-
pedal to the metal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say to that pedal to the metal kind of mantra is that I just noticed you see 0 SS Cumbers barrier removal in the main and 2 in the side. But, I think what we see here with the side deck is he puts a lot of cards as like 1 in the main, 1 in the side, such as like the ultimate minus
Yeah.
Powerball. Just to hedge for best of 3. But, having 2 Cumbers overall, I think that just kind of supports the archetype here of go fast, go home.
Yeah. He has always been known to play a bunch of 1-ups though. Like even back in when he was like winning with Golden Frieza, even back in those days, remember he would like 7, 8, 10 different 1-ups in those lists too back then. So this is pretty normal for Legends to see he has like a million 1-ups. But the choices are all logical. It makes sense. There's nothing really out of place here.
Yep,
And
completely
good.
agree.
correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure Nick, who got fourth place in North America, didn't play any Cumbers in the main.
Yeah, I
either,
don't think he
right?
did either.
So it's
Yeah,
been
I guess
trending
that's why they have the Z battle card in this deck.
that direction. So pretty awesome, new tech with the Trunks being used to full effect, and then people thought it was
With the
most consistent
overall.
Trunks Xeno, but yeah, and the Bardock, right? So that's kind of the new wave, which is really cool. Anyone have any thoughts on that before I move on to second? All right, cool.
Great deck.
Second place, Kefla by Ivan Serrano. Coming in here with Kefla. This looks like a pretty similar list to Ivan Carrillo, right? His list that won EU. Petrillo, you're here. You want to give us some thoughts on Kefla?
Sure. I mean, like you said, it's pretty much identical to the one that won in EU. It's honestly pretty standard besides the Red Vegeta, probably just for Zamasu Mill. And I'm not a huge fan of the God Checkland. I know it's kind of hit and miss. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of it because your drop is so important. And
Yeah, how many is he
it's
running?
not searchable. Like,
One.
it feels like if you run it, you kind of have to run it at a 3 of to make sure that you see it. But at the same time, like, you really don't want to see this card early because you just don't have the targets to pitch for it. So it's not my favorite card, but rest of the list looked pretty standard to what we were playing on the team. Same with the sideboard and the Z deck.
Yeah, and I don't think I see a single new card from the newest set either. So
No.
it's just Kefla.
Well,
Just,
oh, it
the Z
doesn't- I
Frieza.
thought maybe the Z Frieza, but no Z Frieza either. That's interesting. Opted for the baby, which this is right out of Raymond's playbook. To play this one
Just
drop
for defending
baby.
friends.
Raymond special.
Every time. That's so
Yeah,
good.
I think that card comes up a lot, mostly just turn 2. You know, depending on what deck you're facing or if you're going first or second, you might just need to prepare for defending friends. And I think that's its main and only purpose.
I do feel you need the Frieza now, though, just to have a like a early Z deck answer to BMS.
Yeah, it's a good card. It's very teched out for best of 3. Like a lot of one-ofs, I've noticed.
Raymond, this also looks pretty similar to what you were running at Nats, even with the Meki Tabora in the side. Do you have any thoughts on this or standard Kefla at this point?
It looks pretty good. Definitely with the Meki. Love that as a side deck card. Yeah, as you can see, everybody in their side deck is going to have Koitikai. Future ban card, please. I see the Frost Deadly Poison, which we were always trying to make it work to maybe have the energy open to hit, Cumber SCR, big, even Beast. Some really good. Maybe if he fuses, leave the energy up. That card is a surprise factor, but in Top Cut, they know your list. So it's probably hard to.
And watching the Twitch stream, it did come up. There was a point where he had 3 open energy and Tarek played Cumber SCR. I don't know if it was game 1 or game 2 in which that scenario hit. If it was game 1, he obviously wouldn't have the counter, but that would have been a crazy play. So, any final thoughts here on Kefla? And this is what we predicted to win in the preview video. So
Right. I will say,
we're close.
just something that I noticed was in EU, there's only one Kefla that topped, and it ended up winning. Same thing here. There's only the one Kefla that topped and made it all the way to the finals. So just something to note.
Yes, reprint the promos. Maybe that's the key. All right, let's go to number 3, and we have a new deck. We have Red Krillin, which in the previous video we correctly pointed out that would it would be the better of the red decks that came out from the set. This is Alex getting third place, and I believe Alex is representing the region at Worlds. You can correct me if I'm wrong there. But so we've got red Krillin here. This is the deck lists have been kind of all over the place that I've seen so far. There's a lot of ways to build this, a lot of different deck cards you can put in. Some interesting, a lot of Dispo negates for Spirit Boost 2. This Final Battle is a cool card that he did play on stream. The super combo of choice being Roshi. 4 of this Android 18, which I hadn't seen in a ton of lists prior, but it is printed for the archetype. Anything stand out here? Anyone want to hop in and give some thoughts on Krillin?
So, I mean, looking at this version, variation, because like I said, there's a lot of ways to build this deck, way too many. So I don't think there's necessarily a correct build, but this is definitely a more control-y, slower style of build. This will play the long game. When he did finish third place, because he was talking about in the lookout chat, he did say that I think he's going to be the world representative, so that's pretty sure that's the case. But he did say that he is going to cut the Android 18 down to 2 copies instead of 4. So just something to note. I don't know what he'll replace it with, but that is what he did mention in the lookout chat at the time, the other day. The list looks pretty standard, though. It's overall the cards you would kind of expect in the deck, just the ratios maybe a little bit different here or there. It's pretty good. And he's running strategies of U7 as a one of. That's a big one that a lot of people have been talking about. And it makes sense. It helps out in a lot of matchups, protects your whole board, of course. And in this deck, you get to draw one off it. It's just a good card right now. It's a pretty good Krillin list. And then, we got in the Z deck, we got the Bio Brawly, we have the Frieza, we have the good Z deck cards you would normally expect. And even in the sideboard, you have all the right red tools. It is kind of interesting seeing that he ran basically an extra copy of Broly and an extra copy of the SR extra card. It feels like I've always felt like 2 felt enough, so I am kind of curious to see where he felt that a third copy of that would be needed, and same with the Broly. In my testing, I always found 2 was sufficient, but who knows? Maybe the third Broly I could kind of see for certain matchups. I am curious about the extra card though, where he feels he needs a third copy. But yeah, the list looks pretty good. Looks like what you would expect for Krillin overall, especially for a more controlled type of player. This is definitely the right type of list for you.
We see that Beerus make its first showing in a top list, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And being used generically here instead of the Beerus deck.
Yeah, really
it's a
strong
good
card
card.
for the archetype. Offering's awesome, and Spirit Boost 1 to negate the skills of a card, and then negative
Minus
30,000 power. Yeah, really strong.
Yeah, lots of good application there. I think we also have one card I don't, given that this deck, inherently runs that Z Unison, I feel really favorable about Red's state for Z Unisons, but, given that we have the Majin Buu 1 cost, the Omega for 2 cost, the Jiren for 3 cost. So in this deck, it does open up a lot more spots for Z battle cards. So one Z battle card we don't always see is that Frieza, which is a great card that came out maybe like 2 sets ago. I'm not sure if this one saw play on stream or not, but I just wanted to shout out that card. It's just another generic good red Z deck card.
And to note for the Frieza, cool ruling for those of you who are not aware, when you go to the battle step for that card's permanent, if you combo to the point where the card's power is 40, it will get the barrier and crit at the damage step. So even if you hadn't boosted its power from hand, if its power is at 40k when the damage step happens, it will gain the permanent at that specific timing.
That's right.
And then it falls off immediately, right? But you still
Correct.
get the
You still get the crit.
basically.
Yeah. You get the crit, and then then after that it drops.
All right. Anything else here that tickles anyone's fancy?
Looking at the list, with the free defense, the free negates, with the dispo and the final battle and the testing, the opposition, it makes dance a lot better. A lot of people were cutting down the number of dances in their deck but I always agree that that card is a 4 of. So I could see why a lot of people couldn't get through the wall of Krillin with this list. And if they did, they get redirected by taunt. Looking at his
Good point.
sideboard, it's, you know, deals with everything so far, right? Has defense, offense, 3 Koits, ban that card. 2 Topos, very powerful red card, hard to deal with if it sticks. And the 3rd defeating the demon. So this list was very, very solid.
Yeah,
And
maybe
everything is very
he was
consistent,
talking about
too.
taking out those 18s. Maybe that's a spot for like Broly. You know, Raymond, you just mentioned the fact that it's got a lot of negates, enhances dance. I mean, that's just another option to enhance dance right there.
Yeah. I mean, he himself, the gentleman, like Alex himself said, he'll probably cut 2 in the Android 18. So that's 2 spots right there where things from the side could be transferred over, even like move the topos into the main and make something else on the side.
Main board topo.
Yeah.
It'll be cool to see how this Krillin list kind of evolves over time, because even though this did really well, obviously, there's still a lot of space, I think, for this leader to kind of explore. So, and there is another, spoiler alert, we'll get to the 8th place list later, or 5th through 8th, based on seeding, but also Krillin and also quite different. All right, so 4th place, we've got Robert Rizzi with Arinsu. Seems like a pretty similar list to what he played and all of the other national events he attended, except we do have the addition of this 6-drop cooler from the new set, which is just some removal, draw 2, discard 1, which obviously Arinsu likes discarding. So pretty similar to what we have seen. It is sporting the new Frieza battle card also, which obviously a very strong card. Anything you guys notice here that's worth discussing?
I mean, it's the same Arinsu deck we've always been facing. To note, he does have a decent amount of Realm in there. I know he ran it before as well, but that card's super good, helps deal with a lot of problems. The deck always had issues clearing cards, and obviously, like a combination of having Oob, Realm, and now the Cooler SR as well, just letting you remove cards on demand is pretty good. And obviously, like I said, the draw 2, discard 1 is great, especially in this deck because you summon your dudes from drops. So it's honestly just a draw 2. It's not really a discard 1. But the thing that's kind of interesting is he doesn't have the new concept rare in there. I wonder if it's a case of he just didn't get his hands on it in time for the event, or he just felt that he didn't need it, because that card is also solid. The draw 1, remove a card ignoring barrier does matter. And also to note, he didn't run Yes Time to Die in here, which, I mean, that makes sense because we don't see any Tamagami here. If he was on Beast Han plus Tamagami, I think you would run Yes Time to Die in this, but if you're not, I guess that makes sense. But it is interesting that he doesn't have the new concept rare in there, because I felt like that card would go in pretty well into the deck. Maybe just he wanted to keep his numbers low.
I first thought exactly too.
But the sideboard is kind of interesting, though. The Foo.
Yeah. It's always been a strong finisher. I wonder what in particular. Maybe, I mean, to me, this card makes me think of punishing like Dark Broly. So you have some decks like Krillin that, if they want to pitch their extra cards, that's
Oh, this would cripple Krillin.
a card out of hand every time. So maybe that's the thought. I don't think Goku Black was really a major consideration for.
No, but
countering.
the thing is, the deck has insane hand control already. Your opponent's hand size is always low, and then on the kill turn, like you said, if your opponent doesn't clear your board on crackback, you already have an established board. Cool, pay 4, overwhelm this, then like discard a 6-drop, bounce one of your 3s, summon it from drop, draw, untap an energy off leader skill, and then you still have an open energy to work with, and you just push with everything. Your Gomez Z battle card will rip 2 cards out of hand if they counterattack. Every time they do something, Fu's going to remove another. Yeah, this is definitely a strong finisher. It might even be mainboard worthy, honestly. It honestly could be a mainboard card.
And if you can sit behind Hatch, a turn where you play that, and then you have Hatch to back it up, that's really strong. All right, so any final thoughts on Arinsu here?
Broken deck.
It has 4 defending fronts, so it's a good list.
Crazy.
All right, so this is 5th through 8. I don't think they played this out, but just based on seeding. So here, we knew this would come up in our prediction video because Everywhere besides America loves Nameku. So
Always one.
there's always one. I did say that green wouldn't top. I thought white would, so I was wrong on that. We've got a green deck here. SCR choices, interesting with Peace Resolution. And then this kind of does look like a standard Nameku deck. I love how this Majin Buu has the mustache here on top
Mustache.
of the fusion. That's a cool tech.
Cool, good feature.
Sells EDK, still hanging
Makes sense
around
with the
in meta.
SCR.
Favorite card.
Yep, with the SCR. 4 Bujin is pretty. Seems like a lot. But
That's crazy.
if you're expecting
I
to
like it.
counter Kefla, maybe this was what you were going for.
That card doesn't do anything. That
You still
card's
have deflect
whatever.
options. Yeah, that would
Well,
feel pretty bad.
floodgates.
At least for the pieces.
Just
Oh.
floodgates.
The floodgates are cool, yeah. But
It does play a lot of body floodgates. But yeah, other than that, this seems like a pretty, unless you guys can point out where I'm missing something, it seems like a pretty
No Cheers,
standard-
Goku, no Tien, no Piccolo. I'll be honest, this isn't a Nameku list I would run. I would definitely run a bit different than this. But everything makes sense. I can see like the
Especially someone
logic
in
and
3
everything.
Gohan.
Yeah, it's a little interesting, but I mean the peaceful resolution makes logical sense based on the current meta. You get to push that triple strike swing through. Nobody ever expects it, and making your leader get that plus 20k, it does kind of matter. Like there are a lot of these. There's a lot of decks that are just a little low to the ground, and being able to just have that full turn of being a 35k base leader, like you're just buying a whole nother turn. It's basically a baby hatch at that point.
Yeah, maybe it's been a while since I've seen a recent topping Nameku list, but you see the SS Gogeta and the Z deck. It's a generic card. It costs one colorless. It was as long as you warp a Goku and Vegeta from
the
your drop?
warp. From the
Or
warp.
from warp
It's
warp
already
to
been
drop.
Yep.
Gotcha. So yeah, I mean, like that's just a neat inclusion to see.
Paragus super
in,
combo,
Green deck.
overround. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a reason why I have that Zenkai rare, even though I'm a green player.
The only other thing of interest I would say is Bigamora 2. It might even be a card that's worth running at more right now. Card's kind of good right now. It kind of counters just about every relevant deck.
Yeah, it'd be good into Broly for sure.
Arinsu's all 6 drops, hits that. Broly, like there's a lot of decks that
Not all 6. It's still got some 3s.
yeah,
Good.
like,
2
that's
energy's
crazy.
a lot.
It is a lot. It's got to be a deck that only swings big. Like,
Right.
I mean, it's 5 or higher. 5 or higher is not that is a lot. There's a lot of decks.
It's just a lot of decks have Z deck options and Z unisons that just like they don't have to commit to swinging 5 or higher.
yeah, I've never been a huge fan of it, but good to see a green player. He is running the Bardock over him. You got to have that for Rainbow Gogeta, otherwise you're gonna get cooked.
Just die.
Yeah. It's a very old school list for sure, without the additions of all those really good cards that cost 1.
Yep, still strong, still around, still hanging out.
That shows that you can play a deck you love and do well.
Oh, scroll down 1 second again. One last look at the Z deck here. See if he's not running Dr. Gero. That for sure is something he should consider. If you want to beat Nameku, just don't swing at them ever, and they will never be able to take themselves down to 4. Just keep killing their unisons. And yeah, you need a Dr. Gero to play Nameku, and I'm surprised that he is not.
Yeah, that's a very annoying. There was a time when that was prevalent in our testing, and just Nameku into Gero into clones every single turn, and the unison bridges was very annoying. So I agree with you there. All right, let's hit the next one. We've got the Clinger Special. We've got Piccolo SH back, better than ever, maybe. Who knows? We'll see. 50 cards. A lot of similar stuff to your list, Clinger, and some different stuff. So I'll let you walk us through this one since you know it the best.
Yeah, so Off the rip, I am not seeing the unison. That is definitely a key difference. I do like having the unison, and my whole build kind of revolved actually having a not a fake unison with the Gokus, and then even the Gohan Z Fighter in power was a strong way to push into the mid game, late game to keep the engine, the value engine going. Some new cards I haven't tested with yet. The monkey seems pretty good. I mean, you can already ignore barrier and KO stuff with the pan, and you do get to free play cantrips and stuff off the promo pan, so you can definitely get some free stuff to tap with it. What is the god there, the angel, or the god? There is yellow, and can you read that for us, Bobby?
Sure. So as an activate main, it's just pay a yellow and a color list, so 2 energy if your leader's yellow, and you send it from the drop to the warp. Choose one of your opponent's energy and switch it to rest mode. So,
Well, this is going to Kefla right now.
a pretty streamlined way to tap your opponent out.
Yeah, that is a very interesting tech. He's not running. Okay, he's running the Piccolo 1-drops. Okay, I was like, he doesn't. That is a big reason to draw. Why don't you scroll down a little bit? Let's see the side deck here. Just 2 Piccolo Z cards, but yet 3 Gohans. That's an interesting. He must have really needed the. I'm guessing the unison there. Because there's really no reason to not just play 3 Piccolo if you're going to run 3 Gohans, unless you really need something. So that's an interesting little bit right there for sure. You got begrudging allies. That's important for sure. Only 2 racist freezes overall. I would like to see 3. It's just such a good card. I mean, when that card is good in the matchup, it's the best card in the game, So that is pretty interesting to see why he wouldn't play 3 of those.
Multiple awakenings in the side deck instead of the main.
Yeah, that is interesting too. It's like, why would you? You're not bringing that in for anything specific. That's always just an option to. This is a great deck to play that card. You Z charge so much. I would always have it in the main deck. There's, you got to bring their life to 0. What is the Piccolo, the Z extra up there by the 8-drop go back in the main deck real quick? The Power of Super Saiyan. That is a card I don't run either. It's a Master's Teachings card, not the 2 over.
Oh, the extra card gives Champa, from what I remember.
Champa.
Yeah, right. Champa. Yeah, that makes sense. And he's not running the Z leader either. I really like transitioning into that. So there's definitely some differences in playstyles that we're doing. But overall, the engine's all still the same there. The early game aggression.
Yeah, another deck that's going to catch people by surprise, right? Chances are, preparing for this event, you didn't test into Piccolo SH, so it has that factor going for it, too. I don't know if anyone else has any thoughts here, but we can... All right, perfect. We'll go to 7th place, and I'm sure we'll have some thoughts on this one. Here is a Red Vegeta list. Seems like there are some differences from what we've seen Buriar play and some US lists. So Buriar, I'll let you do your thing here.
So looking at this list from Ismail, I'll be honest, this is not how I would play Vegeta. I don't want to say I hate it. I hate it, but I don't hate it. But I'm looking at it, and it's like the logic of everything makes sense in terms of like each option individually. The purpose is clear, and it makes sense. Like SGR dunks on decks like TN, stuff like that. Anything that wants to go stupidly wide gives you minus 10k all the cards for the turn. So it's like that card plus an imposing is a turn ender, to be honest. Like against an established board, no, your cards have minus 15k, right? It's a great defensive tool, but it's not running imposing, so that's also a thing. The Broly Omen at 4 makes logical sense, of course. You want to just see it and just deny people. He's also had a 54 card list, So he's running a very, very tight list. He wants to do exactly what the deck's designed to do. Like, boom, boom, bam. I'm going to do my free plays. I'm going to do my aggression. I'm going to attack. And I'm just going to outvalue you and get you turn 3, turn 4. But the problem is by slimming down the list, you also are removing a lot more threats and a lot more powerful cards. Like,
No 8 cost Vegetas.
No
Yeah, I was like, I know why you don't like it. No 8 drops.
No
Yep.
SS3 Gokus.
There's just
No Beastie
No
Boys.
Beast-
B's out. Yep.
no Majin Vegeta, no Broly. Like I'm not a fan of this list,
Yeah,
but
no
I'm not
Majin
going to say he's.
Vegeta.
I'm not going to say he's wrong. Like, he topped his nats, right? So obviously he did something right. So I'm not going to say, oh, this guy's wrong or anything. But this is not how I would play it. But I do understand the purpose. The Gohan 6K combo is a cool card that I personally can never make room for, but a lot of people like it because obviously you get out of 21K swings, or you get out of 20K swings or 25K swings pretty easy because you do leader skill plus that or whatever to go to 20. What is it, like 26 or whatever?
You can also
right?
find it, right? It's another target.
Exactly. That's the big piece, is it's searchable. And the strategies of U7, that's a card I personally have been trying to figure out how to fit it in my sideboard, because it does come up in a lot more matchups now. Like, even against red, when you're doing red versus red, if you have this in play, your opponent can't just go, yeah, I'm going to Bio Broly and clear your whole board, and, this just answers those types of lines of play. It helps against the Krillin matchup as well. Their extra card can't minus 30k your board. It just helps against a lot of stuff, and it makes logical sense. Like I said, I'm not going to call the list wrong. I don't like the list, but I don't disagree with the decisions entirely either. I understand the logic. If you can go to this sideboard, though, I just want to double check here. Yeah, I mean,
1 token through the main and the side.
it's kind of crazy.
Tell us how you really feel.
It's kind of crazy. The Z deck makes. I mean, do you really need to Bio Broly? I don't know. Like, I don't know.
This is definitely outlandish.
This is.
Well, I hope
It's-
when he saw your list, I hope he was like,
Oh, I hope you said my
Topo.
list was trash. Topo. I hope you said my list was trash. But no, the sideboard options are logical. Like, they make sense. I'm a little iffy on the Deborah. Like, that card's a double-edged sword. It is nice telling yellow players that you can't negate my skills, you can't tap my stuff. But then they go Vegeta counterplay or robotic repose, and you go, wow, that sucks. My turn's over, and that just sucks. So I don't know.
Right.
It's always been a weird one.
If the goal is to be aggressive, it's counterintuitive.
Exactly. And I think Deborah is better if you're running Evil Saiyan as your SCR, because you can kind of soft lock yellow decks. If you have Evil Saiyan and you have Deborah in play and you just never rest your Evil Saiyan, they can't clear Evil Saiyan. Like, they can't touch it. They can't rest it to then kill it. Their only real out is like something like
SCR.
Racist Frieza. Yeah, SCR and Racist Frieza. Those are kind of your only outs to like actually clearing. If you set up like that soft lock of Deborah Evil Saiyan, those are kind of your only outs. So it is. I don't know. This isn't bad. It's not what I would do, but I understand the logic. The logic is there, and I'm not going to hate on the guy for.
I'll say it for you. This list is trash.
It's not trash. It's not trash.
It's borderline. I'll say it for you.
You
It's
know how
okay.
to make room. You just take out all your
It's
favorite
okay.
cards. Now you can make the room for that Gohan and strategies.
Yeah. Just not play my deck at all.
Yeah, I'm not hating on the tech, but no Majin Vegeta and no Beastie Boys is
Really,
definitely a choice. That's definitely a choice.
All right. Well, before we slander this Vegeta list anymore, we'll move on. Congratulations.
Congratulations. He
Yeah,
topped
top
that.
eight, that's
I'm happy
awesome.
for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy for him.
And then the final list we have here is
Really?
another Krillin list, this time played by your EU champion, Ivan Carrillo Garcia.
Woo-hoo, great player.
And this is a red-yellow list with some interesting tech cards, but mostly designed, it seems like, at least I don't know how many times it worked, but designed around Almighty Resistance and hitting a giant triple strike with either a Krillin or this SCR. So, anyone have some thoughts on the differences here between this list and the first one we looked at earlier for third place?
This is definitely closer to what I'd play. This is an aggro list. I like this. This is This is pure gas. Also, note the extra card beside dance. That's something that a few people have talked about, where it's a way to protect the Krillin SR because it gets barrier the turn it's played. But then this makes it where if your opponent plays something, you can counterplay with this for free, and make it so that Krillin draws you one and gives that untaps the Krillin, gives it barrier blocker. So it gives you a way to like keep that alive.
Yeah, that's a neat
You
tech.
can't use it for free in this deck. Just FYI.
Sorry, yeah, you're right, yeah. But some people were talking about this.
Yeah, this list seems. I mean, there's some cool tech cards in here. There's the Goten that has Revenge, which can't be played off the leader since it has a keyword still, but I think we said Stowaways would play it, right? And just the 3 strategies and 4 of this pan make me think like there's a lot of ways to proc the pan, and if the pan has barrier, it's even better. So just a lot of different way to build Krillin, obviously. Still running 60 cards since you draw so many, you kind of have to. But anything else here stand out?
I mean, B said it's aggro. I think this is a Stall Droids list, just looking at it. Because he's not even playing any of the evolve targets. And his threats are very minimal. I think it's just kind of poke them down to 3 and then wombo combo.
Yeah, just
Could
give
be wrong,
yourself as
but-
many opportunities to land a giant triple strike, right?
But yeah, just like playing the dual name, playing the pan, and then with the Krillin on board, you strategies, being everything except the Krillin, and then you counterplay with the costume change. Now your whole board has barrier, and you just defend with that, right? Like pan's gonna -20, the dual name's gonna -10 for each extra card defensively. Seems almost like a kind of like just a big wall that you're putting up. And then, yeah, you're just kind of
Sounds hard
slowly
to play.
putting them down to 3 and then triple strike with Almighty.
Yeah, it's hard to defend. I mean, these Krillin decks, especially that you can play defender, right? You can burn a life there for a pretty reasonable
Right.
cost, and then just have everyone in triple strike range and have to defend.
From what
Stuff.
I've heard with, this is more for Swiss, but a lot of these guys are just playing for time because there's 20 actions per turn. You deck search like 5 times and, filter, draw, and you can stall the game out and win in time. So I don't know what the plan was in Top Cut. I just know that was something that was pointed out.
Sounds like my kind of deck.
I was
Also,
gonna say, sorry.
in the sideboard, if you noticed, he's running Gallic Cannon. I love it. I love it. I love it. This is a great card.
I assume, well, this is odd, but again, I assume it's because of you give the dual name barrier and then they play anything, you respond with this, minus
Kill
it,
it,
25.
draw.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah. Minus
as a-
25 and draw.
As a one of, there's probably some specific application.
you can deck
Right,
search anything 1 or less for extras, you can deck search
Yeah.
with stowaways, so
Yeah.
that's
And
the
also the
beauty of it.
medicine. What is it called? Strength through survival. That extra as well at the end there.
Yep.
That's also a good card.
What does that even do?
Activate main. If your leader is 1 energy, if your leader is red, draw 1 card, then choose one of your red cards, and your opponent can't activate blocker skills in response to that card's attack for the turn.
It's a pretty good effect.
Interesting. So
Very
again,
interesting.
combo deck, trying to push through the triple strike.
Yep.
Yeah.
It all makes sense, to be
You
honest.
can't block, and I have almighty resistance.
And you draw 2, basically.
Yep. It's
Which
cool.
is nice. Great deck.
It's a true
The-
combo deck.
The Gallic Cannon, though, because you can do stuff like defeating the demon window 1, Gallic Cannon window 2, and now you have the ability to minus 35k something. And then, like Miguel said, if you have the dual name in play as well, you're basically minusing 45k. So your moment your opponent plays any SCR, you can kill any SCR in the game with it if it doesn't have barrier. That's the combination that Gallic Cannon plus defeating the demon gives. But I don't know if I don't see defeating the demon here though. Do we?
No, no defeating the demon.
That's
from what I
interesting
can
because
tell.
that would be a mean reason to do that. That's very interesting.
Hey
Well,
guys,
if your Krillin sticks, hello Jamal, welcome in. If your Krillin sticks,
And
and then Pan, right? I guess
yeah,
if you have that set up, that's a pretty strong.
yeah.
This almost feels like the old King Vegeta deck, where every card you played on, however, it just got hit, no matter what. There was some interaction that was you had to play around 3 cards to get one in. It was very tough.
I was hearing what Petrillo said, and I was curious if the whole strategy is like triple strike combo
Surprised
dot
to see
deck,
nobody playing the and I guess we
which
only
it
have
seems like, but
3 red decks here, but which is quite a lot for top 8. But nobody on the new Broly Secret Rare. Obviously, it's really really good in the Broly deck, but
Wait, wasn't
Quite good.
Alex on Broly? I thought he was. No,
Yes.
oh, there
Alex
was.
was on Broly.
Let's see. Yep.
Yeah, he
Jamal,
was
you
on
were
Broly.
Jamal.
I'm just
finish
an
your
idiot.
point.
with the just the triple strike combo
So, yeah, that's a good
strategy,
card.
I think Klinger has me muted, but with the Klinger with the triple strike combo strategy that Petrillo was pointing out, I'm actually surprised he wasn't playing the discard Goku from the 18 Goku deck, the one that you
Oh,
can
the
play for
pay
Oh
two.
yeah, it gives a triple. Yeah.
It's also another triple striker with barrier, right? Just another way to push
Good way
that
to
even for
finish.
cheaper, right? And you could kind of do it at any point because it's leader skill, discard a card to play the 1-drop. So it just gives you another form of that same strategy, which
Yeah, it's
also would
actually
probably solve
interesting.
the problem that you just stated about not having a lot of pressure. That's just something you could even just throw down, right? And not very minimal,
30 triple
Definitely
strike.
cheaper than using the extra.
right? But and it also has that thing, even with the extra card to ignore barrier, like that guy can neg stuff off the board when a
Right.
1 cost extra card is played and stuff. Just I
What's
don't know.
that
Seems like
1-drop Goten do again? I don't remember. Did it have revenge or
It's
was it a
just
blocker?
revenge. Yeah.
It's-
So I think what you do is you stow ways to play it. Is that right?
So your opponent can't swing into it, but your opponent can just swing into it with a lead.
it's for the redirect.
It's for the redirect, right?
Well, that's what
So
we
the battle
thought.
card.
Oh, yeah, you're right. That makes
Does that
sense.
not work?
But
Are
it,
we
it would
wrong?
it would have to be played off stowaways. Can't be played off the leader. So,
Right, because it has a
Right.
keyword.
but the revenge for the redirect makes the most sense. It's just
I was gonna
That's
say, I'm like
interesting.
pretty sure leader. Yeah, that makes sense.
Pretty cool if you could pull it off. I wonder how many times it's
Wait.
got somebody.
maybe he was.
Yeah,
Who knows?
Can happen.
yeah, that is neat. All right, well,
What is
that is
the?
the. Go ahead, finish
I
it.
know I'm not just got here, but what does that 18 do? Like, why is that so important?
It searches top
Nobody
5.
knows.
It goes top
When you
5
activate-
for a red Earthling card with an energy cost of 3 to your hand, and then it also, when you activate a red extra from your hand, it goes top 5, and you can search a red extra, and then if you add one, you pitch one. But just consistency, I would assume.
Yeah.
And to know Jamal, the other gentleman who also the one who came third with the deck, Alex, he said he had the 18 out of 4, but he said that he's going to cut it down to 2 copies. So I'm assuming they probably both do the same thing where they just cut it down to 2. So I wouldn't
Right.
say it's a gigantic critical piece.
I'd be curious because it feels like it makes a little more sense in this version where you're hunting for the combo,
The
so you
pieces,
want to see
yeah.
as many ways to get there as possible. But definitely some cool lists. I think Krillin was the only BT29 leader that made it through to top 8. No Broly, which is pretty interesting considering the amount of hype around Broly.
I'm not surprised.
No Goku Black. I can't believe it. That's crazy.
Who would have thought? Right.
Yeah, what a bummer.
Almost had a Lucifer, right? Lucifer got top 16.
Yeah, Lucifer came top 16 actually.
Yeah, hopefully we'll
Yeah.
get those lists too. Top Deck Diffusion has the top 8 so far public, and they're always awesome about getting lists up very quick. So we appreciate that. And yeah, so we'll have a new set. I don't know how many events we'll really even have in set 29 because it seems like we're getting reveals for set 30 starting soon. So this might be a pretty
I
isolated.
think there's
metagame.
a
Vegas
regional in March in Europe. I think in Dusseldorf there's going to be a regional.
So we're getting one and a side
Ace
event in
hometown,
Vegas
nice.
this weekend.
It'll be March.
Quick question. I don't know if you guys covered it. If you did, don't answer it. But what's like the overall consensus of this top 8? Like, are we surprised by any of it? Are we like, it's impressed by any of it? I guess.
I think
we
we
didn't
were
really
pretty
speak about
accurate.
that, but I think what we didn't really take into account was the need for 40% in French. I think that influenced a lot of these picks.
Mm-hmm.
Could be wrong, but I would have expected more Kefla, personally. Yeah, I mean, this Piccolo was really shocking. Nameku, I didn't think Krillin was going to be this popular either. But yeah, I was a little surprised.
Are we surprised by no Broly at all?
I'm not surprised.
I'm surprised just by
surprised.
sheer number of people that were likely to play it. That one
That it didn't
push through, maybe, but I it's not shocking.
Well,
to
there
me.
was more
Krillin deck is
people.
better.
More people were playing Krillin and
Vegeta.
Arintu wasn't very popular, but yeah, Red Vegeta was
and Krillin
was
were
more
very popular.
The only thing I'm not surprised by is that someone from NA won the event. That does not surprise me at all.
And that does make every region, right? Won by a North American
yes.
player.
Yes,
Yeah.
besides EU.
Besides
Yeah.
EU. Yep, so
In the
I've been representing. Yeah, that's right. All but one.
it seems like we were kind of right in our prediction from the video we did, Bobby and B, about the cooler being put in a Rinsu.
Yep.
Giving that those legs. But I'm still surprised at the hatch over Beaston. Everyone says
I mean,
Beaston's
it's Ritzy's list, right? This is the same list he won Australia with. It's basically the list that he ran at NA Nats. It's what he saw, but he's done well with it, so it makes logical sense he would just keep playing what he's been doing well with, right? He's not going to change it.
I've always agreed with it. Hyper
Also,
aggressive and hide
show him
behind that.
the sideboard quick. He should see the Foo. He's on that, by the way.
Yeah, Foo's always been a good card. I love that card. Definitely helps close out a game.
This format definitely seems the Krillins, I guess, are kind of slow, but Pan winning. Pan's a pretty fast deck. You had the Piccolo, which is a pretty fast deck. This Red Vegeta was definitely playing at a quicker tempo than
this is not a mid range.
Play it. So this was a pretty fast format overall. Even the slower decks are more mid rangey. I mean, Kefla can still turn on the gas when it wants to.
Right.
So Baby Hatch does fit, I think, this type of
format
with less control decks. Right now, one's playing Bojack, stuff like that.
It's been a thing that's been stated throughout
good.
the years, though. Like, it's been said that North America, we like our control decks more. We play more defensive decks. We play more decks that have that type of interactions more than the other regions. The other regions tend to cater towards the more aggressive styles of play. Australia, Europe, those regions really, really like their aggro decks.
Right.
Even when we did even when we did that NA versus Latin thing, oh man, that was embarrassing of me. A lot of them were on aggro decks. They were playing very, very aggressive decks for most of them.
And they smoked us.
I mean, that's my fault.
Whoa.
All right, we'll fix this in post. So, top 8 was pretty cool. Looking forward to Worlds. Hopefully, we get some events soon. Hopefully, we get spoilers at a reasonable pace, so that way the testing for Worlds and Set 30 can go smoothly. We want to see. The last spoiler reveals was kind of a bummer. The pace and slow drip that we got there. So hopefully, they'll address that for Set 30. But I hesitate to ask for any final thoughts, but anything we need to get off our chest before we end this one?
Thank you, Bobby.
Okay.
You're welcome. All right.
Thank you, Bobby. I got one thing to say.
Go ahead.
You could do very well with decks you enjoy playing. So just keep playing the game. You love the game. You will do well. You know, just keep grinding with your friends, keep testing, and have a good time. You can top with anything
Agreed.
nowadays.
These Nameku
Agreed.
players keep on proving that.
Yeah, any deck you're good at can make it through. This, I mean, Piccolo SH was clowned on for a long time, and here it is, top 8 at a regional level. So, point proven. All right, thanks, guys. If you haven't subscribed already, please hit that button, and we will catch you next time.
God bless.
Bye.